Hey, we have some Run Club exclusives out there, things that only Run Club people can get access to. And we are about to embark on an ambitious effort. And what is that?
I think this is probably our most ambitious thing we've ever done. And I think people are going to be excited about this. We've kind of floated the teaser out there to our Run Club Facebook page we were kind of getting everybody's pulse on it. And, man, people were excited.
Yeah.
But as you know, we've always had the 5K challenge. At one point, we had a 10K to half marathon challenge, which we kind of pulled back from that, and that was for a variety of reasons. There was some confusion on different things, and that was the same time when we rolled out the first Run Club. You know, if you can't tell, we've learned some things over the past 10 years. And
sometimes the hard way.
So we pulled some of that back. We rolled Run Club back out this January, and we think we've hit a home run with this format.
Yeah.
So we still have all of those people out there. Thousands and thousands, over 200,000 people have been through the 5K challenge, and over 5,000 communities around the world. But there's always that nagging. I shouldn't say nagging. It's not a nagging comment. But the question. What's next?
Mm-hmm.
What's next? And Run Club is filling that void for a lot of people.
Yeah.
But there's always that what's next in training.
Yeah.
And so this January, we're going to begin the Couch to Marathon
Wow.
challenge. And that may sound daunting when you first hear it. It does to me. I'm going to do this. You know, I've kind of been removed from running for about a year now and been walking a lot and things like that. But I told my wife, you know, a month or so ago, I said, I've got to sign up for a race. You know, for me, that's the biggest motivation is to sign up for a race.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm going to sign up for a marathon. Well, if I'm going to sign up for a marathon, let's all do it. Let's do it as a family. Well, let's get all our friends around. Well, let's just go ahead and get the whole Run Club. Let's all do this together because it can be done.
Oh, yeah.
And it will be done.
Oh, yeah.
But so what we're going to do, here's what we're going to do. We're going to start in January. And we're going to start the Couch to Marathon journey. Well, all this is we're going to string together all of our challenges that we've written. You know, everybody knows of the 5K challenge. Actually, the 10K to Marathon challenge is pretty much already done.
Yeah.
We just haven't ever rolled that out. We're going to begin to roll that out. So we're going to string together the 5K, the 10K, the 13.1, and the 26.2 challenges. And do the math. It works out perfectly. We're going to do a 5K in April. And so if you're a member of Run Club, we're going to invite you to Dalton, the home of Run for God, to run at the Mill for free.
Great race.
For free.
Yep.
Did you hear that?
Free 90 free.
Free 90 free. If you sign up for this journey, this is going to be our reward to you. Welcome to the journey. We're going to invite you to Dalton, Georgia to run this race for free. So we got a 5K in April. That's the 5K challenge. Same program that you've seen. Same program that you know.
And what about that person who can't come to Dalton? They're still welcome to run their own 5K, correct?
You can run a 5K anywhere.
Right.
But
Okay.
so the 5K is in April. That's 12
Right.
weeks. We're going to take a break between every challenge. So we're going to have a week off.
Okay.
Everybody needs that break.
Yeah.
If not for physically, for mentally.
That's right.
You need that break.
Yep.
1 week later, we're starting the 10K challenge. So that puts you in July to run a 10K. 12 weeks lands you in July. You're going to run a 10K. We don't have a 10K, so we're saying find a 10K in your area. And all these details, as of today, are on the website, on the Run Club website. You'll probably get emails and everything. It's going to be a big push. But you'll find a local 10K in your area or somewhere. It could be destination, and you run a 10K in July. You take a week off. 1 week later, you start up on the half marathon challenge. All along the way, Dean and I are going to be walking you through these challenges. Every Sunday night, we're going to have class time. It's going to be online, but we're going to be live. And we're going to be walking you through this process. So, October, best month of the year to run.
Oh, yeah.
October, you're going to find a local half marathon, either local or somewhere that you want to travel to run one. We don't have one. And then in January, the best part. So 1 week later in October, let me back up. 1 week later in October, you're going to finish that half marathon. You're going to take a week off.
Yep.
Go enjoy the leaves, whatever. And then 1 week later, you're going to start the Marathon Challenge, which is going to take us to January of 2022. Well, guess what race competes every January that's probably one of the most famous races of all? It was my first marathon. It was my wife's first marathon. It's the only reason my wife ran her first marathon.
I know.
The Disney Marathon. We're going to graduate this program together at the Disney Marathon.
How fantastic
now,
is that?
It's probably, it's a lot of people, but it's one of the greatest races I've ever ran. I mean, it was my first marathon, but Disney just knows how to do things. Now, I know there's a lot of, Disney can be polarizing. I'm going for the race. It's a great race. And the best of all, I want us all to come together. No matter where you live in the country, you've got a year to plan this. You've got you've got a year and 2 months to plan this from this point.
Yeah.
Let's all come together and graduate together. We'll have some activities down there that we do together. We may all go out to eat one night together. We'll meet at the same corral together. Right now we're working, Holly's dealing with Disney right now to see what kind of deals we might be able to get for running as a group, being that we're running under the umbrella of a nonprofit. So those kind of details will be coming later. But the dates are set. The dates are set on how this is going to go down. Now, we've went ahead and we're gonna put the link out there to this website, but we've kind of went into what all's included, all the education. You got the free 5K in April. You got the Sunday evening class time with Dean and I. You've got access to exclusive gear. I mean, rest assured, we're going to have some marathon gear here.
Yeah.
Obviously, you've got the greatest Facebook accountability group that's ever been made. The training plans, we talked about that. You've got personal coaching from our good buddy right here, RRCA certified coach, Dean Thompson. Access to the team excursions at the marathon. And then a detailed plan of exactly what to do. I was talking to a friend. Actually, when you pulled in my driveway to pick me up, I was talking to a friend of mine, Dean Stamper. Dean was actually one that I kind of dared 4 or 5 years ago to do an Ironman. Dean is not a small guy. He's a bigger guy. And he's not a person you look at and think, he can do an Ironman. He's just not, honestly. He would tell you that. But we put a system in place that was not only a training plan, but an accountability plan. Mm-hmm. There was somebody there to walk him through that plan.
Yeah.
Dean and Wendy both finished that Ironman. They were on the front page of the Chattanooga Times for completing that Ironman. But what we were talking about today was you can go a lot of places and find a training plan for a marathon. Training plans are really not rocket science. But especially for the marathon, the most important thing about getting to the marathon is not the training plan. It's the accountability and the motivation and the inspiration. It's having people doing it with you. I told him, I said, it's to train for a marathon by yourself really kind of stinks, because when you get done with that 16-mile run that we'll probably be doing next December, it stinks when you get done and there's nobody to talk to about it.
Yeah.
Because you want to talk about these things, and we've got a great infrastructure to talk about it. Can you do it? Absolutely.
No question.
Gay Coker, all of you know, or many of you know Gay on our staff. She's already committed to this, her and her husband. I've committed to it. I'm pretty sure you've committed to it, haven't you?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So our whole staff is going to do it. But we've also just kind of hit some questions. Let me answer the biggest question. How much does it cost for Run Club members. It's free.
Free nanny free.
Free. If you're a Run Club member, all you've got to do is go register for this. Doesn't cost you a dime. Run Club costs 27 cents a day. You're not going to go any. You're going to be hard pressed to go buy a training plan for that amount of money, much less everything that we're sending along with it. Kind of go through some of the questions, Dean. We put some questions on the website.
They will have to pay the entry fee for the marathon. But
right.
Other than that, the training,
the marathon, the travel, all that stuff.
Right.
Yeah, I mean that's what you want to make out of it.
But the accountability system itself,
the training group,
the plans, the everything.
Free to Run Club members.
Free to Run Club members.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So what happens to that person who says, I don't know that I can run a marathon? I mean, you just kind of answered that with Dean. I mean, there was a guy who you would think couldn't run an Ironman track. You wouldn't think Dean could have run a marathon at that point, let alone
a marathon
swam 2.4 miles and rode 120 miles before that, 112 miles before that, or 116 in Chattanooga.
But yeah, my rebuttal to that, because we hear that all the time, not just about marathons, but just about running in general. I can't do that.
Right.
With very few exceptions, and I'm going to go out on a limb and say very few exceptions, anybody can run a marathon.
Yep.
Now, are you going to run a 2-hour marathon? With very few exceptions, nobody can do that. But with very few exceptions, anybody can run a marathon. Should you get checked by a physician, if you're in a risk category that you need to get checked, absolutely. Be smart. But most people can't complete a journey like marathon training, not because of the physical, but because they can't muster the mental fortitude that it takes to do this.
Yep.
So much of marathon training is mental. It's not physical.
Yeah.
It is not physical. And that's why friends, accountability, a training group, and encouragement are so important. And that's why we're here. That's why we're biting off this challenge, because number one, I want to do it. Yep. Number two, I want our team to do it. I want my friends to do it. I've seen the benefits from people who walk through this. And I'm not talking about the physical benefits. Are you going to lose weight? Yes. Are you going to feel better? Yes. But the confidence that it gives you
Amen.
For life.
Yep.
If you can complete a marathon, you can do a lot of things that you didn't think you could do.
Amen.
And it bleeds over to every area of your life.
Yeah. So how many days a week will people have to commit to in order to carry this out?
Well, if you've been through the 5K challenge, it's 3. Starts off with 3. Okay. Now, as we progress through the year, it will start to increase from 4 to 5. I think 5 in our plan is the most that you will run.
Yep.
And some of those days are just easy days.
Right.
The biggest thing I warn people to not do is to look at or to make the statement, I can't run a marathon. Well, guess what? I can't either today. Can I get to a 5K in 12 weeks? Yes. To everybody listening to this, chances are you've ran a 5K. If you can run a 5K, you can run a marathon. No question about it.
Yeah.
It's got to be done the right way. It's got to be done safely. It's got to be done over time. It's got to be not too much too soon, which is critically important in this process. But with very few exceptions, anybody listening to this can run a marathon.
That's right. So this takes place, I think you mentioned, Sunday evenings at 8 p.m. Right? What if I can already run a 5K or a 10K? Can I still join the group?
Yeah. This is the people that's going to make this incredible.
Yeah.
If you're already a runner, if you already call yourself a runner and you wear that badge proudly, then you're one of two people. You're either already a coach, a Run for God coach, or you're a potential coach.
Yeah.
Now, the beauty of what we're going to do starting in January is we're going to take care of a lot of the heavy lifting. You and I are going to teach these classes. We're going to take all the questions. We need people to facilitate this in their communities. And you say, well, it's all online. So what do we need facilitators and communities for? Because there is a lot of people out there. There are a lot of people out there who love the idea of running. And what is everyone's? I haven't seen a study that shows this, but I'm just going to say it. What's everybody's number one goal when they say, I want to be a runner? I want to run a what?
A marathon.
A marathon.
Yeah, yeah.
But that's a very daunting task. So we need people who can go out in their communities and say, hey, we're doing this Couch to Marathon program with Run for God. Come join us. Really, all you're going to have to do is maybe lead a group run every week, just to have a place for people in your community to come to and say, hey, I'm part of this. You can talk about that week's lesson. Maybe you have a group run on Monday night where you talk about the lesson from Sunday night and you head out on your group run. But if you're a runner, then you have credibility automatically in your communities. Yeah. So we want to recruit people who have this on their bucket list, which is a lot of people across this country. But more important than that, people may come to run a marathon, and that's okay. But what we know is during this process, they're going to be introduced to Jesus Christ.
And that could be all the difference.
That's the main goal of this whole process. That's the main goal of Run for God, is to point people to Jesus Christ through the sport of running. And how better to do that than through training for a marathon?
So we're encouraging people to go out and get their friends involved, everybody they know, to get them involved. It's always good. If you're out there by yourself and you can't facilitate a group, or you don't have a group to facilitate, whatever, and you're just in a circumstance where if you can get one other person,
sure,
one friend, who you guys can kind of train together and help each other out and boost each other up when maybe what we're doing is not quite enough. You just need that one more person just to make sure that you show up for that long run. That would be great. What about time? Because for a lot of people, the number one reason I hear for why people don't run is, I don't have time.
Well, you're famous for saying you make time for the things that are important to you. You know, some of the world's greatest CEOs are runners, because they understand what I just said a few minutes ago, that you learn so much about life through marathon training. You learn discipline and dedication. You learn to budget your time wisely. There's so many things that you learn through this sport and through these programs that we're going to reveal to you from Couch to Marathon, that you understand the benefit of discipline yourself to do something that many say they can't do, or maybe you said you can't do. There's humongous breakthroughs that come when you do something that maybe your whole life you thought, I can't do this. Well, leave it to me and Dean to show you how.
Yeah.
Because we know that you can. Like I said, with very few exceptions, and if you think you're one of those exceptions, then you need to get checked by a physician first.
Yeah.
Because if it's just, I can't do it, then that doesn't hold water with me and you.
Nope,
never has.
Nope.
So, yes, you find time to do what is important.
Right.
So what's it going to be? Is it going to be Netflix starting in January, or is it going to be going for a run? I know which one is going to benefit you more.
There's no question about that one, especially in this day and time. So people who aren't Christians, they're free to join too, right?
Absolutely. We Run for God is a faith-based organization, but we love all people. Yeah. We love all runners, and that includes anybody who wants to join us.
And if a family wants to join, they can do that together, correctly? You got a husband and wife, and they want to do this thing, and they want to do it together. Do they need two separate accounts?
No. Run Club, we encourage it's for you and your immediate family. Obviously, we're going to send out for the free things like the Run at the Mill free registration. We're going to send out one of those per account. But the Run Club itself is for the immediate family. Let me back up and say one thing I didn't say. Along with that free entry to Run at the Mill, we're going to do something. We don't know what yet, but we're going to have some kind of get-together Friday night before that race. That's really giving Holly and Gay some heartburn because they're so busy getting ready for that race. So me and you might wind up having to cook and barbecue and set tables and all that. But we're going to have something on Friday night before Run at the Mill, and it's going to be free.
Yeah.
So I can't stress enough that for $9.97 a month, 27 cents a day, you're going to get world-class training.
Yep.
And I say that confidently. Am I a world-class coach? No. But I know how to motivate, and we know the principles that it takes to get you to do something that you never thought you could, and you will be so glad at the end that you did it.
Amen. Amen. So where do they go to find out more information about how to register at Disney and what the Disney Marathon looks like and all that good stuff?
We will put a link on this podcast. So if you're listening to this podcast, go to the show notes, and we will have the link there. If you're watching this on YouTube, look below. The link will be there. And there will also be a tab on Run for God Run Club where you can find out more information. Now, you can't sign up to take it until you become a member of Run Club. Once you're a member, then you can log in and you can sign up to take it. Everybody will need to sign up. It is free to Run Club members, but everybody will need to sign up because there'll be different correspondence through all of next year to those people as opposed to the people who are just in Run Club and not taking part in the Couch to Marathon. Yeah. So, be sure to go to Run for God Run Club.com, find the tab that says Couch to Marathon, sign up there, look in the show notes of this. It'll be everywhere. Starting today, it'll be everywhere.
All right, folks, Couch to Marathon in 1 year. The epic journey begins.
I dare you to sign up.